Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Bates, coming to you live from Kiev, Ukraine. Flew in here this morning. People met me for breakfast. That was a lot of fun. The food and the restaurants here in Kiev or in all of Ukraine, I'm assuming, I haven't been everywhere yet, just a couple of cities. It's absolutely amazing. Like to me, this rivals as one of the best food countries in the world. It's up there, and I've traveled around, and yeah, I think this is a great place to go and visit. The currency, if you're coming in from a Western country, like with your euros, with US dollars, that currency goes a long way here. It's things are still pretty cheap for Westerners, so it's definitely a good place to be. But their currency is rising because the economy here. I mean, it's hard for me to say how good the economy is doing. All I can say is, of all the places in the world, I'm in Kiev most often. Like that's probably the city that I visit the most times, and I'm happy to spend my money here. Very, very happy because you get a lot for it. So it's great. It's probably why their currency is doing, appreciating against the dollar over the last few years. It's actually doing better than Bcash. I was making fun of it on the Bcash anniversary day, and I see Joe smiling at that comment because I am joined by Joe Saz and his Britney shirt once again. There's gotta be a story behind that.
I just fell in love as a child. Saw the shirt.
You're a big fan?
Yeah, there's some songs that are stuck in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man. I gotta go karaoke with you one of these days, man. We gotta make you sing a Britney song.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Did you attend any of our concerts?
I'm sorry, did I what? No, I was young. I think I just started watching MTV when Britney Spears was threw out "Hit Me Baby One More Time." So
that was our first hit. There's no reason why I should know that, but
yeah, that was around the time I started watching MTV, and yeah, she was a doll back then. She was one of my first loves.
Yeah, no. Britney was great when she came out. I remember those times. I think I was early college or something like that. I don't remember. It was a while back. And yeah, it was interesting. It was a huge debate. I remember when Christina Aguilera won like best new artist or something, and she only had one song at the time, and Britney already had like 3 top hits, and Aguilera won with like one song that was supposed to be used for. She had a second song come out, but that second song didn't supposed to qualify for the voting. So I remember that was a big controversy over that. Oh wait,
yeah, Tone, quick thing is comments on your audio.
Damn, I have to check again. My bad, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh, it sounds much better.
Yeah, because I was on the wrong audio setting. Like all these little things, right? So it's like a flight pre-check, right? Like I check a bunch of stuff, but sometimes I forget to check. This is the software picking up the microphone it's supposed to, and yeah, that happens. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Hey, let's get into the charts. By the way, Joe's contacts are in the video description, so you can check that out. He started your YouTube channel, man. How many subscribers you got now? We're gonna go take a look.
Probably a couple. Just I kind of did it because a lot of people in Telegram were saying that they wanted to, there's so many people in different time zones that they wanted to be able to watch the content at a later point in time. And so now I've figured out the Zoom thing and making it all work. So
are you using OBS or are you streaming from Zoom directly to YouTube like I do?
Directly from Zoom to YouTube. They made it really easy. You can just click on just the like the other dot thing, and then you just go straight to YouTube.
Yep. If you pay for webinars, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Do you set up your streams ahead of time so you have the link to send out, or no, you just go live?
No, I'm not a pro here. I'm just doing this bare bones for the people that are in different time zones that want to watch the content at a convenient time for them. I'm not really trying to put too much time and energy into this. yet, at least, but we'll see.
Oh wait, this is not your YouTube channel. This is that's where I was going. This is my playlist in Russian, along with other playlists along the side there. But Joe says you're now ranking on there he is with 180 subscribers. There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey
like
man, you gotta start somewhere, right?
I'm doing this to help and have some fun, and it's nice to talk to people and educate, and because Bitcoin is such a volatile asset to
Mhm.
trade, and I really feel like it's important to share some of that knowledge now. So
And here's the thing, man. Like I'm looking at your views, right? And you're like me. You're like honest about your views. Obviously, you're not even gonna consider going out and paying for view counts and stuff like that.
oh no.
And this is exactly no, this is a really good lesson, guys. This is exactly how a YouTuber starts. And remember, Joe, you guys know Joe. He's been on this channel a bunch of times. He's on Block TV. Another link. You're on Block TV like 3 times a day. So
A
you
week.
are you are known in the crypto space. And look at your views, right? Like the views for these videos, you have like 1 or 2 videos that broke 200. Oh, these are 6 months ago. You
Oh
started
yes.
this earlier, huh?
I remember I first started when Block TV first started, because
Mm.
I wanted to make sure that in the event that I needed to do like an emergency, something that was separate from Block TV, I could pop in and I had to go through the 24-hour waiting period. So I did a couple videos. Some examples of spoofing and stuff like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, yeah, but
But
it was just kind of basic, very basic stuff.
yeah, so there's a couple of lessons here, guys. So look at Joe's video since he started his channel. Basically, you have about 4 videos over the last week or so where you started doing them again because this is 6 months and these are your last 4 videos. And you have one video that broke, a few hundred views,
Oh
and
wow.
the rest are
I didn't know
small. And this is why I call out other YouTubers because there's like YouTubers out there and they've been around for like, maybe half a year. And then I go back to their first video before no one should have known their name and they have like 2,000 views. And I'm like, that's bullshit. You know you paid for that shit. And you call them out on it, and then people like yell at you for some reason. So I've called many YouTubers out for like buying views and buying influence because I think that's just wrong.
I 100% agree. I'm not like a growth hacker. I just don't believe in being inauthentic, and I think that's why you and I became friends. I'm a very authentic, straight up individual. So yeah, I'm not. I don't play those games. I just want to do this. If people are watching, people are watching. And if there's one viewer that's curious to learn, I'm here to serve. That's pretty much my philosophy.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I was gonna say is, if you can, it would have been great. Actually, well, you should have been doing it for the last 9 months or so. It would have been great if you took your trading segment from Block TV, like recorded your screen afterwards and posted it up here. Like if they have like a 24-hour like ban window, that's fine. But this way, like all of your video content is just in one place on your own channel. You never know what happens in the future. And that really frustrates me. Like, for example, when I'm on my playlist, right? And there's nothing I can do about this because I'm just too busy. But if I go to, I have like a million playlists. I want to go to interviews, right? Interviews with Tone. So there's a public playlist. These are like these are like the fancy interviews. So these are actually, oh, I gotta clean this up. Sorry, that's not the one I was looking for. It
Yeah, just so
was.
you're aware, the content's a little blurry, Tone. I don't know if that's something that can be changed, but
Oh, really? Hold
yeah,
on.
I'm looking at it too. I'm kind of watching the comments and stuff.
What's going on? No, no, no. I think it's on your end. I think my you might have defaulted to like 320 instead of 720.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
Um,
yep. I hope everyone got that.
yeah, that's probably on your end. Here, if I go to presentations, right? This is my
Oh
presentation.
yeah, yeah. I switched it to 720p and it's working beautifully. Cool.
Yeah.
So for everyone that was
The,
saying that, switch
the
to your.
the internet here in Ukraine is awesome. Like I went to this coffee shop after I got off the plane. Like they had like over 100 up and down, just the coffee shop, free internet. So here, if I go to, so this is a playlist for all of my public presentations.
Okay.
And then what happens is these videos get taken down or become private. And these were videos of me speaking on stage somewhere. And now I don't even know where this was. Like I can't click on it. I don't know whose channel this is on. And it's really frustrating because, well, like these could have been like really great presentations of mine. And now I don't even know who to contact to be like, hey, let me get the video, because I'm also not going to be like, I don't have the time to go and download all of them or contact the events and say, hey, can I get the video of me presenting? So it really sucks when people like take down your content because they were hosting it. Anyway, all right, enough venting. Let's go to the price. Here's the monthly chart. The monthly chart, I'm using Heikinashi. They don't change very, very quickly. And it still looks pretty bullish. I'll flip over to the regular candles. And it still looks bullish. Like it's above all the 3 moving averages. They're all rising. And you're staying above this trend line. So for now, there's really not that much to be concerned about from a long-term monthly scale. My sequential was disappearing there first. I don't know why. The weekly scale has been kind of frustrating. We are on a red 3. This red 3 would have activated. Joe, I don't know if you want to mute your phone there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, let me get that.
This red 3 would have activated a short trade on the weekly scale if it started trading below the red 2, which was last week's candle. And it didn't do that. So that means the weekly remains in neutral cash mode territory for how many weeks in a row now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the 9th consecutive week. And today is already Wednesday. So there's a high probability we're going to stay in this neutral zone for the 9th consecutive week and go into next week with another neutral look at the weekly. Like, talk about consolidation, but the daily chart in a triangle kind of proves that. Your views on a weekly chart? I know you're more of a short-term trader, Joe.
Yeah, well, I like, so when I say I'm a trader, I look at the 15-minute, daily, and weekly. I don't want to oversaturate with too many time frames, but the weekly to me is, if you draw, like, I kind of believe in wicks to wicks or bodies to bodies. So there's a distinct descending triangle on the weekly if you go wicks to wicks. There's a pretty stable bottom there. I think the weekly is looking funky. We're testing this moving average, and I'm in an uncertain space right now. And I just mentioned to my viewers that I had to pull out of my short because I went from certain of a move down to the low 98 and potentially 9,500, maybe 93 target area. And now it looks like buyers have stepped up to the plate and they're taking this 10K support seriously. So I think right now the weekly chart is, looking pretty neutral in my eyes, but buyers are going to change that if they keep this up.
Yep, I'm just replying to a couple of people on the live chat. Let me just finish up this message real quick.
Yeah. So I can just comment on that.
Yeah,
That over the past day we've noticed, especially after dabbling in the with these huge wicks reaching down into the 9,800 territory, 99, breaking through the serious support at 9,900. That really didn't break us into a very bearish posture like I was expecting. So yeah, if you're done commenting, just let me know. And yeah,
no,
but yeah,
actually, you're describing the action on the daily scale, and the daily scale yesterday was looking like it was all ready to go back to the bottom of the triangle. But I'm not surprised that we bounced from the vicinity of the 128-day moving average. That has been a very critical moving average for Bitcoin for a very long time now, going back a good 5 years. This moving average has been critical for Bitcoin. And this creates an interesting situation because if we do go back to the top of the triangle, without really coming that close to the bottom of the triangle, it actually adds to the probability of breaking this triangle to the upside.
Now, to me, the probability of breaking this triangle to the upside is about 30%. I give this a 70% chance that we're going to fall through the floor of 9,500 versus breaking above 11,000, the top of the triangle. But I will also add, and I answered this, I think, in a different channel or in text, is that if we do break this triangle to the upside, the up move will probably be very, very violent and very, very swift. And if we do break 11,000, the chances of going to 15,000 in a very short order is very, very high. The challenge is breaking above 11,000.
Yep. I agree with you, Tone. If we start getting into those areas, I pretty much have one scenario where I remain bearish, and that is we leave the descending triangle, close above it, and immediately re-enter within maybe 2 to 3 days max. Other than that, triangle's invalidated, and then we're reevaluating from there, and chances are we're shaping up to have a much more bullish posture, and yeah, higher numbers are on the table.
Look, I will also add that the probability of a fake out where it breaks outside the triangle for a small move and then swiftly moves in the opposite direction is actually also favoring the bulls in this one. So, and the reason for that is that if we break to the top of the, see, I don't believe that alt season is coming. We'll see if DJ Thistle is right with his solstice. Oh, wow. My mic should have not even been that good either because I didn't flip it on. I'm really off of my audio today. I think that I think you guys had like an alt 3 days. Like that's all you get, right? Like people are still talking about alt season, how alts are like undervalued and they're gonna rally again. I don't believe that they will. So this tells me that if Bitcoin does rally to the top of the triangle, it will once again be a beneficiary of the altcoin exit, pushing prices higher. On the flip side, if Bitcoin price does drop to that $9,000 area, I can see a bunch of buyers stepping up for the same exact reason, shifting out of alts. I really underestimated where are my old charts as they update. I really underestimated how much Bitcoin can rise with a small. This is the other thing I was going to mention. This is Nick's alpha volume. Nick Core. He was on my channel. I don't know if you saw that episode. It's on my channel last week. It gave me access to his indicator, and when if I didn't restart my computer this morning, I wouldn't have known. And I don't know how good it is on a daily scale, but there was this, it's going down. This volume spike was so much bigger earlier. That's interesting. So this volume spike 20 minutes ago when I was restarting my computer for this video, it was actually close to rivaling this volume spike. These volume spikes are supposed to prepare you for a big move in the near future. It doesn't exactly tell you which direction the big move is going to be, but it tells you to be ready for one. So that was the last massive volume spike on a daily scale. And though it is to the upside, I got to check with him if this implies that the move is going to be to the upside, because it was here. And this was a big volume spike, like a really big one, like all the way up here 20 minutes ago. So I guess sellers are stepping up. Now I got to review that video. I'm trying to remember what he said. If he said this was to prepare you for a big move, or if it's to the upside, then you can anticipate a move up. And if it's to the downside, you can anticipate a move down. And this feels like that's exactly what it is. Like, look at this big volume down spike right there, right before the big crash.
Oh, wow.
Big volume spike up here right before, maybe not right before, but at least you're looking for a big upswing. And then like here's one more right here. And that took place, before this, it was a big move at the time. Obviously, this is hindsight. But this is the daily chart. I also forgot which time period it's most useful on.
It
Like
looks like a great indicator. It looks like it front runs big moves. I mean, that's $1 million question that people have, and it seems like this thing might be really accurate. That's really interesting.
Yeah, well, this down spike came a little bit late, and then we still had the up move, right? I can see it right there.
Okay.
But it also depends on what time frame it's optimal, and of course, no indicator is going to be perfect. And you know what? I haven't looked at it in a while, like BitMax funding rate. I used to look at it all the time back when I was pulling up the chart of longs and shorts on Bitfinex, but I haven't been pulling up that chart in a while. Also, since we're on a daily chart, people have been asking me about my old channel. This was one of the questions in the live chat, which I'm somewhat not paying attention to at the moment, though. And I want to pull that up. So if I go to load chart layout, it was my old forecast. Oh, what happened to that? Oh, I can't spell forecast. Bitfinex daily forecast chart. It's also a daily chart of Bitcoin, but instead of using Bitstamp, I was using Bitfinex because back in the day, that's what I was using. Oh, interesting. This is that same chart. Oh, that kind of sucks. So I don't have that chart with that channel anymore. Because I changed the name and I changed the ticker. Shit. Okay, let me try something. Let me go make a copy. Oops. Make a copy. Bitcoin daily Finex. Actually, I should spell it out so it searches. I don't know if this will work or not, but I can try. And I can change the ticker to Bitfinex here. And maybe, just maybe, my Bitfinex annotations will come back. Bitfinex. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we here? Where's the data? Oh, I'm looking at BTC USD. Bitstamp Bitfinex. There it is. There's the channel. There's the old. That's the old annotations for Bitfinex. I stopped using the Bitfinex chart when it got all like this is what I used to do in my Cointelegraph articles. Annotations on this, you know, they go back a long way. They go back to when I and there was lots of data. I hate this, like the data errors back in the day, but yeah. So annotations on this go back quite a bit. Because I was writing all my articles with Bitfinex data at the time. So this was the old channel on a daily scale, and we can extend it a little bit, but it's going to be difficult to keep it going, to keep it accurate. Am I in log scale? I am. I can try. Let me see if I can. It's hard to see anything on this chart. So I can try and extend this without messing it up too much. Wow, I can't see shit.
Anton, do you have a comment on the 30% increase in hash over the past 30 days?
My comment is thank you for informing me because I had no freaking idea. We can go and take a look at the hash rate, and yeah, we really got to do. Look, hash rate follows price. Don't tell me like it's insane to even consider the fact that price follows hash rate. Hash rate follows price, and the longer Bitcoin stays at $10,000, the more people want to take their mining gear online. Also, I've talked about this around this time 4 years ago. If you are running a mining farm, all you have left is about 8 months before the halving, right? Till May. Like, you are literally threatening God knows what to people for every single day they delay putting a miner online or getting a miner shipped to you, because you know your days are numbered. Because right now, like going into the end of the year, like for every day that your miner is not running, it's a huge, huge cost to you, because you know in 4 more months, that miner is going to earn you half the money. So everybody and anybody in the mining game is on a mission to get as much hash power online right now as possible to get that last 12.5 Bitcoin reward.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
Now, you are going to see a drop-off after the halving, but right now, you're going to see huge rises, and especially if Bitcoin stays above 10K. So I probably need to, oh no, this is my, I'm sure it's my latest. You know, just in case I'm gonna, oh, I didn't mean to drop the moving average forecast, but moving average forecast and this one. Let's get the latest one up there. And yeah, that's interesting. Look, that old channel, man, hit right in the top of it. And then look at the big breakdown. I wasn't paying attention to this channel in years. And it's amazing how it backtested right here. So this was, there are so many people online calling me a perma bear. I was the biggest bull of Bitcoin in this channel to the upside. But then when we broke out of this channel through here, I started to become cautious. But back in the late 2015, all throughout 2016, and throughout the first half of 2017, I was the biggest bull in the world on Bitcoin, while everybody else was scared that the hard fork's going to come and all this other insanity. But this is when I was a bull, when we were in this channel. And we went back into this channel. We broke under the channel, and now it looks like we're back in the channel. Look at this. Wow, it's good support.
Yeah, there was a quick note here, Tone. Someone gave you a tip. Do you want me to ask you that question?
Yeah, of course. If you see a good question, ask it.
Yeah. Well, he says, Tone, have you had a monthly chart with a long-term price channel that started in September 2015. We appear to be back in that channel, which is what you're talking about.
Oh no, this is exactly what we're talking about. It wasn't a monthly chart, it was a daily chart, but I'm pretty sure the person is referring to this purple channel we're pulling up right now.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see this. Yeah, it wasn't a monthly, it was this. Yeah, if you Google me, like this thing goes back far. Actually, I have publications now. This isn't, you can Google it as well, but if you Google Tone Vase Coin Telegraph, you know, you find my old Coin Telegraph articles, and that's where you'll see this. Let's see which ones show up. Yeah, these are some of my later ones. This is March 2015. So this is still too early. This is a little bit, I wouldn't have had this channel yet because I don't think it existed. This is the last article I wrote for Cointelegraph, and then I was writing at Brave New Coin. So you probably won't see this channel. Yeah, this is before the channel started. So I'd have to go to later articles. So if I'm on tonevase.com, and this doesn't have oh yeah, we got like my Twitter feed now, and there should be like my embedded YouTube videos here as well. If you go /blog, which doesn't have a thing in the menu yet, but it exists. And this is like the last thing. Like, wish I had time to blog again. This was the time analysis article, and I have the code to get the next set of dates. It's right here, Python code, and this is the set of dates that it's spat out. This is where October 5th is coming from. It's coming from this code. Hope there's no bugs in it. And right here, if you go to publications, these are all of my, well, not, I stopped doing this as well, but these were my publications at the time. So after I was writing for Cointelegraph, I was writing at Brave New Coin. So if we look at Brave New Coin, here is the end of 2015. So this might have that purple channel, assuming this link still works. I'm actually curious myself. The old Brave New Coin articles. Well, that didn't really help. Nope, it's not taking me to the exact article, so that's unfortunate. Oh well, I guess I can't pull them up. Yeah, so probably none of these would work. Yeah, and again, this is that issue that we were talking about with YouTube videos, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is it. That looks like me, probably. Yep, that's me. Okay, so that last one didn't work. Oh, these are older than, this is before the channel existed. Let me try one of these. In July of 2015.
Nice.
Not gonna waste too much time. No, still before the channel. The channel hasn't started yet. I need to look at something at the end of the year. Maybe this one. Once I put that channel in, it was, no, it hasn't started yet either. Okay, oh well. All right, anyway, let's move on. Hey, since I'm on the website, conferences, the Financial Summit. Check it out, we're adding more traders. People are registering, this is gonna be great. Check it out, we've added some traders, some you may not have heard before, though you guys have heard of Da Vinci, and we're gonna be adding more. Maybe even Joe, let's see, I'm still trying to convince him to come. We'll see, and maybe others.
Let's put it like this. I'd love to go. There's a lot of moving parts for me to make that happen.
Yeah, it is a little far, and I know you have you're a family man there.
I got a baby.
Yeah, so on my calendar, I am off to Riga for the Baltic Honey Badger tomorrow. I am in Ukraine today, and I am off to Riga tomorrow, and then I'll be in Azerbaijan, Georgia, Prague, and yeah, maybe a little harder to reach. Bulgaria, London, Bali, Singapore, Greece, and then Portugal, and then I'm not sure yet. I'll be in Portugal for Web Summit, and then the stuff going on in Malta, something going on in Amsterdam at the end of the month. We'll see. All right. If you guys want to support, check out the affiliates page. If you're looking for the indicator, workshops, the next one coming up is in Bucharest, Bulgaria. That's an in-person workshop. If you want to buy some t-shirts, go to the store. Check that out as well. Okay, let's get back to the charts.
Yeah,
detour there for a second. 12-hour isn't doing much. We're wasting time. Let's just skip it. The 4-hour. The 4-hour remains inside a bearish channel. I did not like the CMF at all, but looks like we're back in the positive area for the CMF. RSI continues to make higher lows. That's promising. And it's making the same triangle, right? The 4-hour. If I extend this, it's making the same triangle. All right, hold on. There we go. It's making the same triangle. There, and actually, that's not a violation because that's a shadow. Perfect. There it is. There's the top of that triangle, top of this rejection. So if we can break above this line right here, we don't even have to get all the way to 11,000. All we have to do is break 10,750 and on a closing basis, and that becomes very, very promising for a breakout. So what I'm looking at right here with the 4-hour chart is that I know it's only on a 5 of 9, but this is probably the area where it needs to reverse and go back down. That was a 4-hour 9 right there that didn't stick. And this may get you to a 9. I mean, it could get you to this line, but this is a very likely place to just straight up reverse. I want to look at a 15-minute. Hey, Joe, there's your 9.
15-minute.
It's not a great one, though. It was a 999 on a 15-minute.
Yeah, we've been it's been a little rough for 9s. You have to, like I say, if you're going to trade 9s on the 15-minute, you have to be a robot. You have to be taking modest profits and You want to back test the 9s. You want to look at entries from the close of the 8 that are guaranteed to be a 9. And then you need to trade accordingly. And obviously this one, you want to have like about a -1% stop loss and be willing to eat that every time. But probably 8 out of 10 times, you're not going to have to eat that stop. As long as you're trailing a 0.1 or so percent stop loss, you're going to be making money on the 9s, and it's going to be modest. So I recommend, if you're trading 9s, you probably go 10x on each one. Be consistent. Don't try to go 30x on a 9 that you feel like is the guaranteed sure thing. But you can see 9s are making good money, and you have to play them accordingly. Now, this run up, you also have to supplement your 9s with the depth chart, trade history, and order book, and we can go into that tone when you want. But it's really important to see, and this is what I was describing in that sense in particular, is the indicators like 9s and all that stuff will tell you, if you're going into a fight, what the fighter's reach is, what their weight is, what their track record is. But the most important thing is to see what they look like when they step into the ring. McGregor versus Khabib, when McGregor stepped into the ring, he didn't look like he was going to win that fight. So it's like you have to be paying attention to the battleground, which is the actual activity that's happening on the exchange, and what that indicates to you is going to cause a break to the upside, break to the downside, or a fair fight and sideways activity for a while, which is very boring. So then you don't really trade that. But 9s, as you can see, are very profitable. I love my 9s on the 15. I love them. In fact, when I'm short and I see a 9 buy, it scares the shit out of me. So you have to take that. You have to take all that into consideration. If you want me to take a look at exchange activity and tell you what I'm seeing right now, we can go over that when you're ready.
Yeah, 1 second. I was just going to mention that while these 9s did not lead to big reversals to the downside, and taking the short trade off of these 9s would have gotten you out, with a tiny loss. But following these 9s, the long trade was activated in the first 2 on green 2s going above green 1s, going above the 9s. Though it's also possible that the long trade would have been activated right there. This would have been a green 2 at one point at the top. So this would have activated the long trade somewhere in this area. I would have definitely kept my stop loss, below these moving averages, so that you could have gotten into the trade a little bit earlier. But you could have also gotten into the trade again a little bit later with a green 2, this green 2 going above this green 1 that actually stuck. And then this 9 tells you to take some profit. It didn't move much, moved about, I don't know, $70, 75.
That's good with 10x. 10x at 1 Bitcoin, that's $700. If people are trading that, that's just paying bills on a daily basis. You're making money, so look at those.
That didn't take a day. That took about an hour and a half.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're making good money if you're consistent. That's one of the most important things about trading 9s on a 15-minute is be consistent. Use the same leverage each time. Repeat the same process. Don't go all in on a 9 that you think is going to pay out. Go 10x if you're going 10x. Go 10x the same time each time, and then take that $700 profit and walk away, reevaluate, and then when you see the green 2 trading above a green 1, consider your entry. But I really like the 9s. I love the 9s.
Yeah, now this third 9 in a row was a lot trickier because it was already falling from the 7 candle. But guess what? If we're going to get a new candle in about 4 minutes, and if we get another green 1, sorry, we get a price flip green 1 next candle, that should be easy because all we have to do is stay above the swing low. And then if we get a green 2 the following candle, going above a green 1, going above this, going above the bodies of these candles, I think it's got another jump to the upside, maybe to 10.4, 10.5.
Yeah, 10.4 is around the 50-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average has been so important to me. So as long as we are fighting that, I'm going to be bearish. As long as we're poking at it to the upside and maybe even getting a close above it and wrestling it and taking this, taking it out, then yeah, we're flipping bullish and we're probably looking bullish. Now your descending triangle is capped out at around 10.7. Mine's capped out at around 11.2, 11.3 right now. So we can show the difference between mine and yours. Not that, maybe you can comment on mine and see what you do differently. But yeah, I think
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take a look at your charts. You can also talk about the order book a little bit. I know it's important to you. I just want to look at the shitcoin index, which is
cool.
my Bitcoin dominance chart, basically. And hey, Bitcoin dominance is going back up. So there's your old season. It lasted a total of 4 days, and so this means Ethereum should be going back down. And yep, it's starting to. That's a red candle again. Litecoin should be going back down. Yep, there it is. That's another red candle. And BTRAS should be going back down.
And just to notice, like all those are fighting the moving averages, and they're moving down pretty steep. Not bullish on alt season.
Oh, and this is all the coins since all the top 10 since the start of the year. Only Binance. Only Binance has outperformed Bitcoin this year. Okay. We'll look at gold after. Yeah, I restarted my computer, so all my charts went away. We'll look at gold and silver in a bit. So I'm gonna hand off screen share to Joe, and go ahead, show us some stuff.
All right, so let's run it back and talk about a couple things that I saw. Let me get to the proper screen here before I start sharing. And here we go. All right, so I want to point out a couple things that happened. We had some pretty steep wicks to the downside. I'm really surprised by 10K being as supportive as it is. Now we had a big shakeout to the upside, humongous reversal candle. This was nasty. Followed by some serious downside activity.
When did that happen?
This happened 10th, 2 days ago.
Oh.
So I mean, we had a humongous drop, and by the way, this was a drop that I called. Anyone that was paying attention to my Telegram channel made some great money on this, including myself, on this crash here. Now we took a steep move back up, a huge rejection, and that indicated obviously that we were going to head back down. The bears are still in control at this point. Bears remained in control. We started supporting these lows, and the bulls started regaining control. Now let's look at what's going on in the order book into this very organic, in my eyes, looking run up. Probably having to do with the support at that 128 intermediate term moving average. Let's look at the fundamentals here. We have a lot of serious buyers chasing the price. This is dynamic. This is all new. So I call dynamic support or dynamic resistance whatever is chasing the book, whatever is in the book that's chasing the price. And you can see with these look like buyers that, though dynamic and can pull their buys at any point in time, are serious about buying. We have the volume to justify this. Even to the downside, we maybe had some buyers pull some of this liquidity and allow for a little move to the downside, but we're going to start having that to the upside. We can see that sellers rolled out the red carpet. This was much more robust hours ago. Sellers are scared, and when sellers start rolling over, we're going to get a situation where bulls start taking, grabbing this by the bull by the horns. We have a slightly bullish posture of the depth chart, which has shifted over the past 2 days from bearish to neutral, and now we're sitting on a slightly bullish posture. That doesn't mean much just yet. 10-4 is going to be incredible to break through. It's going to be difficult. It is currently our 50 MA, where now this is the first accelerated trend line within the descending triangle that broke to the upside. And you can see when that happens, it's violent. Now, we didn't close above that yet, and now we have another accelerated trend line that's fanning out, a little less accelerated. But if we break out to the upside, have a close above it, it's also probably going to mean that we're fighting the 50 MA, and that close above it probably puts us at the top of this descending triangle. And let me zoom out so you can see what I did differently, Tone. Bodies to bodies, putting us at a current breakout target. If we were to break out all the way today, which probably isn't going to happen, to 11.2 and descending slowly into the low 11Ks over the next week or so plus. So I'm looking at this horizontal resistance at 10.8 as something to take very seriously. It's kind of more of a range 10.8 to maybe a high of 10.9, but you can see 10.9 was resisted steeply. I mean, we hit 10.9, and let me zoom in here for dramatic effect. We hit 10.9, and we're not only did we get rejected at 10.9, but we turned into a very, very bearish candle, which led to days of downside activity. So this was an excellent example of this horizontal resistance being very accurate. So we have the 50 MA acting as resistance right now. We fought it, we lost, and we broke down, not as violently as I wanted to, which made me feel a little less bearish because Bitcoin has a tendency to take the stairs up and the elevator down. Now we took the elevator up and the stairs down. Now we're flipping, and that's adding to my bullishness. I don't want to be a full bull just yet because I think that there are a lot of external variables that cause this run, and that poses a different question in my eyes of can manipulation turn a market from a bear market into a bull market, and it's looking like that can very well be the case. So the second we break this accelerated trend line, we're probably going to break out violently, which means this 50 MA is gone and this horizontal trend line is going to be in question. So I'm not going to short this necessarily, but I'm definitely looking at this as being the next resistance area. And if it looks like a fight is not going to win, then I'm definitely shorting this, probably back down to 9,300 at least. Just a quick look back at the order book here. It looks like sellers are taking this very seriously, and buyers are taking this very seriously. This price area, we're fighting at 10.3, and it looks like buyers are winning, even with sellers flashing 50s across the board for a couple. You saw that? Did you see that spoofer just pull right there, 50 down to 20? It tells me that if they're not instigating market buys, which is going to be visible over here in the trade history, we're looking at nothing but dust on the sell side. We had a small whole number buy, a lot of dust going on here, but it looks like buyers are very serious. Liquidity is low on the buy side, which indicates to me that buyers are less inclined to try to catch a limit buy, and they're more likely to start market buying. And that isn't the result of spoofing right now. Though this looks a bit twitchy, it looks like buyers are very serious about buying at this price. They want to get eaten. And chances are, if this holds, we're probably looking at a breakout, especially considering spoofers on the sell side are completely failing. And we'll probably see this before the show is over. We're probably going to see at least a small breakout, maybe to a small bounce to 10,350, maybe 10.4 is what I'd hope to see. But obviously Bitcoin does what it wants, and we don't get what we want with Bitcoin. But those are pretty much my static charts here. We do have organic run-ups on the 15-minute. This shakeout to the upside was looking. I was inclined to think this was nothing more, but we continued moving up. We broke back down a little bit, and we supported this region, a higher low relative to this low. And as you can see, we've broken out pretty violently since, and this is very organic looking to me. So the facts are, we have to look at a bullish case scenario because that's what we're looking at. That's what the order book is telling me. So I'm going to stick to those guns. You saw a little bit of liquidity pull on the buy side, and no sellers are responding to that. We have the whole purpose of a spoofer is to trigger market sellers, and all we have a 5-pack sold, but really nothing significant here. So I'm inclined to think that this is buyers rolling out the green carpet a little bit so that we can get a market buy at $20 cheaper. That might offset a little bit of average cost per buy, but I think that we're looking at what I'm seeing right now looks like a breakout to the upside according to my analysis. And I'll cut it out there for now, Tone, and bring it back to you. But you can see that we're adding liquidity on the buy side. It's kind of a fight, a little bit of a fair fight, and sometimes to tell how much more of a fair fight it is, I like to drop this depth chart to smaller price points, a smaller aggregation of what's going on, and you can see that we have, when I see that we have a deeper activity on one side versus another, it tends to mean that we're looking at bullish activity. We're cutting into these sellers. So I have a feeling we're going to take a move to the upside. 10.3 isn't the bottom. I think we're going to move up to 10.350, 10.4, and that's where I'm going to strongly reevaluate what's going on, because 10.430 is currently our 50-day moving average, and that's been very, very critical all up along the way. Closing above it, closing below it has caused a little bit of downside activity, violent in this particular case. We fought a low of lower 9Ks, brought back up violently, tested, closed below it, and went from, it's just been very reliable, this 50 MA. So a close above it's going to have me scared if I'm a bear. I close my short because of that. So back to you, Tone. I'm pretty.
Oh, I know. Actually, go back to your charts. Go back to your triangle. I can explain this.
Yep, let's do that. And here's my daily triangle.
All right, so there's two things that are causing this discrepancy. One, you're using Coinbase and I'm using Bitstamp, so there's some variation there. And two, see, you drew your line specifically to the tops of the bodies. I am indifferent as long as I don't cross the tops of the body. So what I did was, I basically, I would grab the leftmost point, and I would I would raise that, and then I would lower the bottom point, so that as long as you're touching something on a candle, as long as you're not crossing the body, it's a legit line. So that is my line, basically. Maybe a smidge better so that you're also touching that second shadow. You have a little bit of space there. That one, yeah. So you want to adjust it so that that one is also being touched. Yeah. And then, and now you're clean.
Interesting. So that pretty much puts, like, that changes the narrative in my eyes. I think this, and that actually is pretty interesting, because it still creates our horizontal resistance target. I mean, if this breaks, we have a lot of stuff going on here. In a very small gap, we have a 50 MA, an accelerated trend line, we have the descending triangle, and a horizontal resistance area. So there's a lot of resistance in my eyes. And what does that mean? It means I'm probably going to say, all right, so what I'm going to say is I'm not going to enter a short just yet. I want to see how we react to all these things. I like to trade like I'm counting, if I was able to count cards. I want to enter a trade when I'm very confident that that one, buyers or sellers, one of the two are going to completely dominate the other. So right now, we have a lot of overhead resistance. A close above this accelerated trend line means that we're probably going to break out violently, which probably means the 50 is up for grabs, the descending triangle is up for grabs, and the horizontal trend line is probably the last line of defense before I really consider us to be in a very bullish posture. And if we break this local high at 12K, then it's going to get really, really crazy bullish to the upside. But I always go back to my fundamental questions. Where is the money coming from? And why are people buying and selling this asset? I do think the money is drying up. We saw that we've done the Google Trends thing. I do think a little bit of this money has to do with altcoin exodus. It's going to be terrible for alts, particularly shit coins like Litecoin. So I think the worse this gets for altcoins, potentially the better it gets for Bitcoin. The thing that'll change that is if everyone's just exiting, moving to Bitcoin, causing these short dominance run-ups or price run-ups, and then an exit to fiat. That's going to be what probably instigates a little bit of bearishness in me. But for now, it looks like, we can't deny the facts. The bulls are really taking over right now, and this can move up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Go back to your chart one more time. I want to just comment on something you'll appreciate, because this is Tyler's view. Now, that's my triangle. This is the most aggressive way to draw the downward sloping trend line, because it touches it the fastest. If you go back to the way you had it, that is the most conservative way of drawing the top of the triangle. And that was one of Tyler's rules. When you have multiple things, you always go with the most conservative. So your line is the most conservative to be bullish on a breakout. Mine is the most aggressive, right? So I'm gonna break my line of the top of the triangle way before you.
Yeah.
And that makes me be more bullish earlier. But this is the conservative way to do it. This is the safest way to do it. Don't be a bull until this line is broken to the upside, not the way I have it. So this is the reverse of Tyler's rule. Tyler usually uses the most conservative to get out of things, but this is the most conservative to get into things.
Interesting. Thank you for that. And I do respect that. So yeah, I mean, we're at a crazy space right now. We're zooming in just again once more for dramatic effect. We're dancing with this accelerated trend line. It's going to probably get ugly. It's going to get bullish once we break this to the upside. And I think the 50 will be up for grabs at that point.
All right, so let me grab screen share back.
Oh yeah, stopping now.
And I'm gonna look at traditional markets. Landed this morning, have no idea what's going on really. This is gold. Gold, hanging in there. It's hanging in there. Curious on silver, hanging in there as well. I mean,
can you go back to gold real quick?
Yeah. We can look at it on the, oh, that's the monthly chart. My bad. Yeah, the weekly chart's price flipping. Got a couple of days to go. It's going to be challenging to stay at a green 7, but you never know.
Okay, so gold.
I know a good trader that actually just went long gold, like right earlier in this candle.
Oh, you're on the daily. Cool. Yeah, I feel like yeah, we're coming back to support. I guess we're supported.
Yeah, I'd be a little cautious. I'd be more optimistic gold if it started to get back towards the highs. And that's because of silver. I mean, this 9 on the weekly and daily on silver is something to potentially just watch for more pullback. Yeah, we'll see. The S&P, man, Jesus. We had a 9, didn't slow it down. I never trade this candle as a swing trader. I'd wait for next candle. And if next candle is showing me strength, then you have to be bullish the S&P. Someone told me that my 10-minute reversal on the S&P worked beautifully today. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Oh no, it's the 11 a.m. Oh, both of them did. There's the 10 a.m. reversal called the top, and well, not exactly, but the 11 a.m. reversal perfectly bounced it a few minutes ago. So lots of volatility in the stock market this morning. Look at this. Huge up, huge down. How much did we move? Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. This was the 10 a.m. reversal right there. We crashed that in the morning. That was the opening candle. Yeah, beautiful 10 a.m. reversal, and then that didn't last long, and then it did it again at 11 a.m. This would have been beautiful. Yeah, we moved from 3,000 up to 320. That's a 20-point swing followed by a 20-point swing in the other direction. That's pretty volatile actually for the stock market. And the weekly is looking great. Oh man, we're back at the trend line. Jeez. Yeah, see, now I gotta adjust this trend line. I don't like it. Because I can raise it, right? Again, as long as I'm touching a part of the candle, I'm good. And now it's much cleaner. See, now all 3 of them are perfect. Touching the top of the body, touching the top of the shadow, touching the top of the body. This line does not violate any rules by breaking any bodies. Nice. And we're almost there. So maybe next week we'll get it.
All-time highs SPX is just crazy. We're just gonna keep pumping.
So here's one of the stocks that came up with the notification service that I was really positive on, and we hit a 9, bullish candle, closed above the moving average, but now a green 1. If this thing has another, positive day tomorrow, that becomes the trade into the countdown phase, looking for a 13, maybe another 9. So this thing is still bullish, not going anywhere. We had a lot of notifications. By the way, check the video description, guys, for the free notification service. There's a lot of good gems in there. We had like 20 notifications today, which is an unreasonably large amount. Oh, I didn't even see, because I was on a plane all day yesterday. Wow, yesterday, JP Morgan, Google, NVIDIA, Netflix, Tesla. Wow. Apple. Jeez. So many things are hitting nines. The VIX.
Are they buys or sells or a mix?
The sells. I mean, the market has been rallying, so they'd be all sells. Not the VIX. The VIX probably a buy. I'm gonna go through the bunch today. Advanced auto parts. Whoa. I want to look that up. Advance. A lot of notifications today. Jeez. Look at that. Beautiful. 9 yesterday, and that's today's candle. Or is this today's candle? Nope, 9 yesterday, and this is today's candle. Yeah, pulling back. I mean, look, here's the thing, and here's what I probably don't stress enough. A 9 sell does not mean short, it means sell. So that means if you're not in the asset, then you have nothing to do. A 9 buy means buy. Okay, that's the difference. Don't assume a short. Shorting is difficult. Now, you could play the short side of a 9, but that's not really what it's meant to do. It's meant to tell you when to sell. And you can always get back in because markets are always upwards biased. Now you can shorting the 9s is a lot more dangerous than buying the 9s. Buying the 9 buys is a lot safer than shorting the 9 sells. You're supposed to buy and then get out. You're supposed to, this is meant for like institutional stuff that they don't short. They only buy.
Tone, can I comment on that real quick?
Yeah, of course.
So when I talk about 9s on the 15-minute, I'm talking about perpetual inverse swaps. So what Tone's talking about is, spot on stocks. Perpetual inverse swaps is basically the spot equivalent of leveraged futures. So that's what I refer to, not options. Just in case there was any uncertainty there when I talk about trading the 15-minute.
Oh yeah, no. I don't think anyone should interpret that as options.
Okay.
Whoa, another one. Let me see this. Also, I'm just looking at the notification service, guys. E-Trade. Look at this. Look at this 9 here. And now we got another one. Oh, there was also one more over here, but that was a weird one, and it never gave you a strength. This one was giving you weakness. See, I'm not that scared of this one. That was a good one up there, even though it wasn't a reversal candle. Still reversed the price significantly. And let me see if there's anything else interesting in notifications.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to be consistent with how you
Street.
trade 9s.
State Street. We're right at setup trend line. State Street has not been doing too well. Look at this. Wow. Wow. I mean, I would anticipate this thing to go lower. I'm not. I mean, that's a nice run up. You made a double top. Maybe it'll break, but I don't think it's going to break next week. I think a pullback is coming to at least the moving average. So this could be one of those good shorting opportunities off the 9. You know exactly where to set your stop loss. This is so, wow. Your risk is incredibly low. I mean, you can, if you short right now, not that I'm recommending that, you can set your stop loss right above setup trend line. Ideally, you want it to close above the setup trend line. That's very low risk. That's like less than $1.50 of risk on a $60 asset. I mean, that's incredible. That's 0.5%. No, like 1% ish. A little less than 1%. That's incredible. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else in notifications today. Goldman Sachs. I'm not in, not really interesting. Ooh, AT&T. What's the ticker? Just ATT? No. AT. The hell's the ticker? Oh, it's just T. I'm an idiot. Again, 9 yesterday, and Harami candle today. That's again not a good sign. But these are the kinds of 9s you want. You want the 9s with a blow off top. It means they're exhausting, and your stop loss is right above the 9 there. Even though again, I wish it was a reversal candle. Applied Materials. I'm gonna skip that one. Ooh, that was a great candle yesterday. Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain, aren't they like yeah, see, that's a nice reversal candle, but today we're on an up gap.
I think they're a security service, like a.
Yeah, like a building security, yeah.
Yeah, like
I remember working in a building where they were doing that.
Yeah.
Like I would be interested in shorting this 9, but now I would be considering just getting out of the just getting out because I don't like this candle. I don't like the up gap. But your stop loss is at the top of the 9 and it's still holding. Universal Healthcare. Well, like all of these are really nice looking 9s. You can't trade them all, but you gotta Universal Health Services. See, another beautiful reversal candle on 9 right there. This is a nice one. Again, potentially another short trade, either today as it breaks the bottom of the 9 or as it breaks the bottom of the body. Either one works. Even yesterday off the 9. Now the sequential will tell you to set your stop loss at the risk line. I think that's too much. Like that's too much risk for me. Maybe if I option traded it, it would be 4% is too much for me. Like I don't want to risk 4%. I really don't. That's too much on a stock. I'd set my stop loss right there. And for me, that's not a 4% risk anymore. That's probably like a 2% risk, maybe less.
Yeah, like as far as fine tuning the 9s, I'm like working on a bot with some programmers, and my comfort area is negative 1%, especially for Bitcoin. But
yeah, but you're trading the 15-minute chart, right? Like if you trade the daily chart, 1% is nothing.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
But
so 1% you could expect to get eaten.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 1.8%. That's more to my liking, not 4%. Another beautiful candle. Schlumberger. I can never pronounce that right. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, look at that. I'm going through these charts now because I was on a plane all day yesterday, so I didn't really see the notifications yesterday. Beautiful reversal candle, and then man, in one day off the close, the stock's down almost 5% in the first hour of trading today. Probably reversed at 10 a.m. too. We're about to find out. So, yep, in 30 minutes. So buying it at the end of the day yesterday because of the bad 9 candle. Within the first 5 minutes, you're up 5% this morning. On a stock, that's incredible. Jeez. It's making you want to go back into trading. This is an interesting case. I don't know why I'm going through all of these. We're already going over an hour. Phillips, and I have like I said, I have 20 of these. Phillips 66, interesting. Phillips 66. This one, PSX. Oh, I was about to say that's a 10-minute chart. See, this is interesting because it's a double top 9. See, this tells me that this 9 is more likely to just be a 1 to 4 candle correction down to the moving average, make a cup and handle, and break out. So I am actually bullish the stock, but this 9 tells me not to be bullish for until end of next week potentially. So that's why I wanted to show this guy. Oh, beautiful reversal 9 candle as well. Micron Tech. Yesterday. Nice reversal. Hasn't really traded below it yet. Again, a shortable 9. It's a huge run up. Now, there's a couple of points of caution here. One, you broke setup trend, which means it's likely to continue going higher. And two, this 9 is most likely to be a 1 to 4 candle correction than higher. Now, you can short the 1 to 4 candle correction, but right now, I wouldn't be happy with this too much. And tomorrow, if you start trading above this 1, not only would I exit the short, I'd consider the long.
Yo, Tone, just to note, I said earlier that we'd probably be breaking through 10,350 BTC, and we have already by the end of this video, which is just something to note. And I guess keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's sitting right at resistance. It's sitting right at resistance to me. So it needs to like really break out. Like I need to see it above 10.4. Otherwise, it's not interesting.
Agreed. 10.4 is crucial.
Again, guys, I'm just looking at the free. You can find it here. This is we are on my YouTube channel. So if I just stay on my YouTube channel, and is it home? No, it's probably like here, my channel. Like if you click on the video that we're doing right now, and like it's right there. I'm literally going through the alerts in this description. So, so check that out. Should go to your channel, Joe. There it is. Okay. Another interesting chart yesterday. Let's see what it looks like today. Exxon. Oh, beautiful 9 yesterday, and look at today. So like I said, I didn't do any commentary in the notification group, which is still free because I was on an airplane. But beautiful 9, boom. Now we see this 9 did not break setup trend, so it's more likely to get you back to the lows if it can break the setup trend along the bottom, because this has just been created from this 9. I don't want to go through too many, but they're just nice looking. I'm going to skip the ones that aren't as nice looking. Oh, another nice looking chart. CBRE. I greatly underestimated how many stocks hit 9s or 13s on a daily basis. If you're a hedge fund and you're trading the world, you're going to get 100 of these notifications because you literally have to have employees going through them and picking out the best opportunities. If you're not a hedge fund and you're a single person, you're going to sign up for a bucket. I only want 25 crypto. I only want 25 commodities. I only want 25 FX. I only want recent IPO tech. I only want, NASDAQ 100. I only want S&P 100. So we're going to give them to you in reasonable buckets so that you're not, so what you're paying for is not everything. But if you want everything, we'll give you everything. Once this is automated, will literally be 200 notifications a day if you sign up for everything. But I don't recommend that unless you have assistants and interns and financial analysts. Another beautiful 9 reversal candle at the high, big run up. These are the kinds of 9s you want to consider shorting, or just get out if you were in the long trade, though I don't see why anybody would be in the long trade here. So this 9 may not be very useful. Nope, not interesting. Oh, CVS. Wow. Look at that bad boy. Today, on a 9 today, bearish candle already. Not much volume though, so be careful. It doesn't respect the 9s that much. I don't really see any. So maybe this is nothing. But I like these big run-ups into a 9, and that tells me it's going to pull back. Macy's, nah, not an interesting one. Copper. Oh, I think I'm done. I think I just went through all of them. All right, that's it, guys. Oh, there was some yesterday. Shit, that I missed. There was a lot. The Nikkei, the Kopsi. Wow. Oh, and someone else, one of my friends just DM'd me. This was probably, but maybe this wasn't on our list because I didn't see it. I think it was Rite Aid because he traded it. Nope. Right. Wait. Yeah, there it is. So look at this daily 9 on Rite Aid, right at setup trend. Weekly, there was nothing, but monthly. No, wait, I think it was daily and below then. 4 hour was a 9 combo 13 doji candle right there on a 4 hour. And I think he went further in to time this trade. I don't want to name any names, but yep, I see the 1-day chart, the 4 hour chart, and the hourly chart. That's what he did. He shorted this on the hourly. Shorted this on the hourly because the 4 hour was coming up on a 9 and combo 13, and the daily was also coming up on a 9, and waiting for this to aggregate, and then we're gonna call it a day.
Cool.
Wow, what's going on? Speed up the math here.
Yeah, just load.
There it is. So here's the 60-minute. 9, double 9, double 9, right at the high with a combo 13 on the hourly, confirmed by the 4 hour, confirmed by the daily. Though I don't really care about a 4 hour in a stock, but man, that's nice. Wow. I'm not sure why Rite Aid. It might not have been on our list. I'm not sure, but yes, so many. JPM, Nvidia is a good one. Oh, I think that's the wrong Nvidia, but yep. But now we went higher, so I wouldn't be short. Maybe I would actually if we trade lower than the bottom of that doji tomorrow. That's still a short for me, but Nvidia is pretty bullish. I like this double top. It's breaking out nicely. So it still can go either way, up or down. You just got to act accordingly. Tesla, wow. Look at that candle. That was the 9 yesterday, and this is the reversal candle today. It's just too many. And we looked at that already. Okay. Well, let me get out of here. Otherwise I can do this all day. I still want to look at Lyft and Uber, and maybe Starbucks. Ooh, Starbucks kept going down. Didn't pay attention to that one. Starbucks hit a 13 right here, and just went straight down after that. And oh, Roku, man, that was the trade. We had the daily warned you early, but I kept talking about the weekly, and then boom, smashed this week. Uber, I'm bullish Uber because of the weekly 9. I think my internet's slowing down. Been abusing it here. Yeah, Uber's on a weekly 9. It looks like it's down a little today. I'm still kind of bullish on Lyft. I'm kind of bullish Lyft as well because it's going to have a weekly 9 on Monday. And yeah, so Lyft's good. Lyft, oh yeah, no, Lyft hit your stop loss, my stop loss anyway. So it would have been hard to get into Lyft. I'd wait on Lyft, maybe get in next week. But Uber had a beautiful 9 buying opportunity, and it's a buy on a weekly scale as well. which it doesn't want to move to. Anyway, all right, guys. I think it's time to wrap it up. Once again, hey, check out the ToneVase store and lots of t-shirts there. If you want to support, use the affiliate links. If you're going to use TradingView, VPN, if you're going to be trading, these are US regulatorily approved. If you're in other jurisdictions, that could be a choice for you. Just check your jurisdiction. Think about the Financial Summit in Bali. We have more traders signing up every week. I'm trying to get like one or two traders a week to sign up because we only have 4 weeks to go. We're probably not going to be taking registrations in the last week of the event because it's, logistics are insane. So if you're going to register for this, you got to do it sooner than later because we may not even accept reservations 2 weeks going into the event. So just be careful, and you may want to come, but we're going to say no because we're going to, shut it down. So think about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great. Okay. That's it, man. Joe Saz, check out his YouTube channel as Joe Saz. You can follow him on Block TV, where he does Trader Stake a couple of times a week, and of course Twitter. Though I don't know why I'm speaking for you, Joe. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I try to provide the best content for my viewers. My goal is to, serve the community by helping people extend their buying power. I'm a super Bitcoin bull, toxic Bitcoin maximalist. So, you're pretty much going to hear the unfiltered truth from me. And I say it straight. So just, be ready. I don't say something unless I believe it to be true. And I typically have facts to prove it. So Block TV is a great place where I let it all out. YouTube's a great place where I let it all out. And, Twitter, I'm, pretty active there. So more often arguing with people, shitcoiners, but, happy to address me, DM me, Telegram, whatever you want to do. I'm always here to to serve the community to the best of my ability. That's not going to change.
Cool. Hey, there's Uber. There's that Uber 9 buy on a weekly scale, and it looks amazing. I'll look at one more, JCP. Wow. How are they still in business? Maybe it's finally time they go up. I mean, the stock's only worth $1. There's really not that much to lose. Had a string of 13s, beautiful doji candle. Could have picked this up for 60 cents. I'd say a stock that isn't fully out of business yet, and you still see their stores, they're actually providing value to society, unlike Ethereum, coming all the way down to 50 cents from 60 bucks is probably a good risk reward opportunity. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there. I do think online shopping services have changed the game. I don't know if JCPenney stepped up to compete with Amazon. I'm not sure if they're on Lolly. Any store that's on Lolly, I'd recommend people use to get some Bitcoin back on purchases. It's a great idea. And on top of that, yeah, risk reward, I feel like, yeah, it's pretty low here. I mean, it does still provide a good or service, and that kind of opens up the door to GameStop, in my opinion, which they're saying like they're trying to rearrange their entire business model to make GameStop a friendly hangout zone for people. And someone commented on Twitter saying, "You mean an arcade?" So, like, are these companies that are evolving, are they successfully able to do so? That's the big question to me. And I think JCPenney is probably one of them that will still provide a solid good or service to its customers. And I think buying at $1, I mean, I'm like, can't believe this. I'm going to take a big look at this one. This is a big, interesting stock that I'll be paying close attention to, because I can't believe something's dropped this low that has.
Yeah, I mean, it also feels weird, right? If you buy it now, you're buying it after 100% run up, right? But it's still only worth $1.10. Yeah, no, I mean, just be careful that they don't reverse split, because if they reverse split and they go back to being a $10, like $20 stock, they can get shorted to shit again. But no one can short this thing, and I mean, it's fallen in the last 2 years from $10 down to $1. no, this is definitely would have been nice to catch this earlier in the week, because I would have certainly commented on the combo 13 coming in at 50 cents plus the doji candle plus the strength right here. Now I mean, the time to buy this thing was like early this morning, and now it may feel stupid, but it may pull back a little bit. But yeah, there's not that much to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd even check out the options, but I bet you the options went up like crazy on this.
This thing didn't hyperwave?
Maybe.
Because if it did, that would be phenomenal. A phenomenal buying opportunity.
All right, come on. Option industry counts.
I'm gonna check that weekly real quick. JCP weekly.
I hate it when they like redo our website and now you can't find shit. There we go. There we go. December options. They don't even exist. Hi, you gotta go January, November. I guess we can do November. We can go 2 months out. And that's interesting.
I'm running back through JCP, and I'm not sure if this would be considered a hyperwave, but
I'm not sure how the calls are down 7 cents, unless they don't have today's quotes, and these are all yesterday's quotes. Because the stock's up, unless that's the weekly chart, not the daily chart. Ah, that's the weekly chart. That's why. Ah, daily chart hit a 9. That was the weekly chart. No wonder. That's why the calls are down today. That was the weekly chart. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to JCP. The 9 got, we went straight up after, and I wouldn't buy into it today. I'd wait for a pullback, maybe to 80 cents, and then I'd consider it. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it for us before we get caught up in another stock. Thank you so much for watching. I'm here in Kiev. It's actually getting late here. I need to go hang out and have fun. It's my only night here. Can't sit in front of a computer forever. It's already 7 p.m. So yeah, I should probably go grab dinner with a couple of people. Awesome seafood here. Awesome meat, everything. And Joe, thanks for joining.
Oh, always a pleasure, Tone.
Bye, guys.